These teams joined the major leagues together in 1977. The Blue Jays won 2 titles in the 1990s. They have not been to the World Series since. And if you think 32 years is a long time to wait, Mariners fans are saying hold our beers, because they are the only franchise that has never gone to a World Series. And so it's all that waiting, all that hoping that makes this a special championship series matchup. We saw the Blue Jays, John, in the division series. The top seed in the AL showed why.
Yeah, I know it's only one series, but I agree with you. They did everything perfectly. They pitched great. They hit. They are frustrating to play against because not only can they hit, they can slug, and their stars woke up at the right time.
As far as the Mariners go, for years they've had the pitching, but not enough offense. Well, this year they have as deep and as powerful of a lineup as they've had in decades, and it starts with a guy they call the Big Dumper, the record-setting catcher, Cal Raleigh. Kevin Gausman gets ready to start this game in his 13th season in the big leagues. The 34-year-old set the tone in that division series. He cruised through the first 5 innings against the Yankees and finished off just a run over 5 2/3, getting the win.
Yeah, one of the best games he's probably ever pitched when you think about executing and facing a team 5 times. He's a strike thrower, throws a lot of strikes, and of course signature pitch is going to be that split finger.
Rosarena, who went just 4 for 23 in the division series. They got to get him going, and if they do, it wouldn't be one bit surprising.
Not at all. He lives for these moments in the postseason.
Leading things off for Seattle and bouncing the ball towards the middle. Ernie Clement behind second for the first out. So here is Cal Raleigh, 60 home runs during the regular season. There's been a lot more of that in the postseason. He showed that he's not all home runs. He hit 380 in the division series, and that, John, is his 7th single of these playoffs.
Yeah, and again, I expect a lot of this out of the Seattle Mariners against Gausman. If they can command the first pitch and get some traffic on, force Gausman to change his approach and throw more splits. Be interesting to see how many fastballs they're able to hit tonight against Gausman. And again, when you're facing this aggressive team as Seattle is, if you make quality pitches, you're going to get quick outs. But if you don't, you're going to have traffic on and trying to pitch your way out of jams.
That's a line drive base hit to right center field. Varshaw's over to cut it off. Raleigh heads for third. Seattle's got him cornered in the first inning. Bounces one left side. Raleigh's headed home. Barger's throw is there. The tag from Kirk, and he's out. Addison Barger throws home, and they cut down Cal Raleigh.
What a smart play from Addison Barger. Wasn't hit all that hard. It was a really nice split finger down in the strike zone. Addison Barger throws a strike to Alejandro Kirk for a big second out here in this inning.
2 on, 2 out. Naylor lifts on off the end of the bat to center field. Varsho coming on, puts it away. A missed opportunity for the Mariners. Well, Bryce Miller for the Mariners started Game 4 of the division series on Wednesday, so this is short rest. But he's the only guy, as far as the starters go, that didn't pitch on Friday. So by default, he gets the ball in Game 1.
He's got a wide assortment of pitches, but he could run into trouble because he basically has 7 pitches. But he's going to throw a lot of fastballs, some cutters, and an occasional split finger pitch.
He gave up 7 runs in 5 innings in Seattle in May, including a home run to George Springer.
Hit high, right field and deep, turning around Rosarena. He got it. It's gone. First pitch homer, George Springer. Ambushed 97 right on the outside edge, and yet he smashed it the opposite way into the right field bullpen. 1-0 Blue Jays in the first.
Coming into this ballgame, George Springer was just 3 for 17 in the playoffs. I bet that's a huge confidence boost for him going forward. What a swing.
This team is ridiculous. That's the 4th time in 5 games in the playoffs they've scored in the first inning.
This Blue Jays team, yeah, they've got the stars, but it's these guys at the fringes of the roster from pretty much off of the radar to have career years this year. Lucas is right at the top of that list. Miller's 3-2. Lucas fouls another, but off himself this time. Hope he's okay.
Oh, man, that hurts. Golly, this thing is smoked. Yeah, front knee and the top of the knee. For a minute, I thought it was his back knee, but it's at full extension.
It goes back in there for what would be the 11th pitch as Bryce Miller looks for the put-away pitch. Takes ball 4. Wow! And so he can take his time on that bad leg getting down there to first. It was as if Guerrero in that division series put it on himself when he said it's going to be different this time. His first at-bat, homer. On the line to center field right at Rodriguez. And that is how Bryce Miller gets the first out of the ball game. On his 3-1, Barger takes ball 4. Second walk of his first inning issued by Miller. Lucas is second, Barger at first. Kirk fly to center field. Polanco's out. Rodriguez is on. It's Polanco for out number 2. You know that it was a big series from the whole team when you can hit .438 and have 5 extra base hits and nobody's even talking about it.
No.
Dalton Varsho had a monster series and it gets lost in the shuffle. And shots one to center field. Rodriguez will drift back and make the catch to end the inning.
If the pitch starts down, you think it's going to be a split, you lay off of it. He'll get a lot of fastballs down called strike 3s. That's where he's going to get the called strikeouts, because the ball's down and you train yourself to think, all right, make him get it up. Well, that ball carries because it's a fastball, and he might think, okay, split down, that's a ball, and that's where the Mariners are going to be caught tonight. If he lands that pitch, it's hard to beat Kevin Gausman.
He's got it with some help from Ryan Addison, giving him the call on the outside corner.
1-0 Blue Jays. 1 out, bottom of the second.
Santander bangs a base hit to right, and it gets by Victor Robles. Santander's into second. The Mariners not a good defensive team, although Robles, one of the guys that they normally count on, just plays this one casually and it scoots by him.
He's got the card in his mouth and looking at the card, probably way too close to the pitch being delivered, so he had no options.
Popped up right side of the infield, backing up now to Charlo. Right is Polanco. He's there, and Jorge reaches up and he makes the two-handed catch for the second out of the inning.
So to bring up George Springer again, who'll come up with a good hand after his leadoff shot. Ground ball left side. Crawford's got it. That's the inning. 2 in the books in Toronto. Blue Jays with a 1-0 lead. Second look at Gausman for his Mariners here. Rosarena, the 1-2 pitch. Popped him up. Right side, Vlad Jr. 2 out. And so they face Raleigh with the bases empty. Raleigh on 2-2, traces a splitter for strike 3. 2 of the first 3 got hits against Gausman, but he sat down 8 in a row. Lucas, the guy that racked up a lot of those foul balls his first time, earned a walk on 12 pitches after fouling one of them off his knee. And it looked like most people would have left the game at that point. He was in so much pain. Tough like a hockey player. I appreciate that here. Flied into shallow left field. Rosarena chugs on and makes the catch for the first out of the 3rd. Cards are on the ground to first. Naylor to the bag and beats him. That's a 1-2-3 3rd inning. First clean inning of the day for Miller. 1-0 on a George Springer home run. There's a new right fielder for the Blue Jays. Miles Straw replaces Nathan Lucas, who again fouled that ball off his knee. Couldn't lay off. Strike 3. And for Gausman, has not given up a hit on the splitter in his 2 starts in this postseason. Down the line into the glove of Guerrero. Off a bounce, he takes it himself.
You know, he's a third baseman. If you haven't followed his career, he was a third baseman. They moved to first, and looks like he was always meant to be a first baseman after the work he's put in. And of course, they love his bat.
High fly ball to deep center field. Varsho's going back onto the track. He's got just enough room. Naylor just misses tying this game. Alejandro Kirk flies out to left field for the first out of the 4th.
Swing and a miss. He climbs the ladder, a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, and Miller a little overdue for his first strikeout tonight. There it is.
Ernie Polanco with 2-away. Lines the ball to center field. It's right at Rodriguez. And how about Bryce Miller?
Yeah.
Sailed it into this thing. He gave up the leadoff home run. He's given up just 1 hit since.
That's how good Gausman. He silences an offensive home run hitting team by making pitches.
Canzone with 1 away. Off the end of the bat to center field. And Mariners fans, as thrilling as this ride has been, this has got to be getting a little bit frustrating here. This is feeling like old Mariners teams that pitched but couldn't score. Robles steep to the right field corner. Straw on the run, gets there and ends the inning in the blink of an eye. That is 14 in a row retired by Gausman. He needs only 4 pitches to retire the side in the top of the 5th. Bryce Miller stays in with nobody warming in that Seattle bullpen. We weren't sure what they were going to have him do. And a few batters into the game, it was looking like it could be a problem tonight, but he's cruising along.
That is such a great sign to kind of reset this rotation, because you figured coming in they were in such disarray because of the game they had to win to get there. Well, here's what I was talking about. Against a really good fastball hitting team up at the zone, in the zone, he's gotten a lot of outs. This is outstanding work for a pitcher who does not have his regular rest, and he's getting outs when it counts the most.
The 9-hitter Jimenez chops it to second. Routine Polanco. 2 up and 2 down in the 5th. Springer, lone guy to get on the scoreboard in this game. And the very first pitch, swing and a miss. He strikes out Springer. 10 in a row retired by Bryce Miller, and still it's Springer with the only run in this game.
6th inning, 2-0 against the Yankees, and got a little bit of trouble. Left that game leading 2-1. This is a different situation. 1-0, and you know the crowd is quiet as it's ever been, and this is the chance for Seattle.
Grounds one to second. Ernie Clement knocks it down, sticks with it, and gets him. Similar stories for these starters tonight. He had Miller give up the home run, and 3 of the first 4 reached against him, but he's retired 14 of the last 15. Kevin Gausman had 1st and 3rd with 1 out in the 1st inning. They made the out at home, and that started to shrink. Now 15 in a row retired. Gausman's 2-2. Splitter drops off the table for strike 3.
Masterpiece. Fastball's in, and then splitter. Change of speeds after fastball in, locking them up twice. That change of speeds just is too much for hitters to cover both.
And so they face Raleigh with the bases empty, and every time I checked for an update on Cal Raleigh this year, he was breaking somebody else's record. 60 of them this year, just 2 shy of the American League record. It was the most ever by a Mariner. He broke Griffey's record, most ever by a catcher.
Swung on, blasted, right field. This is gonna go. It is gone. Cal Raleigh, oh Canada. A solo home run, and this game is tied. Cal has invaded Canada again, and he has done it. It's a brand new ball game. It's 1-1 in the 6th inning. A monster blast by Cal Raleigh.
That's Cal's 9th home run here at Rogers Center. He loves hitting at this ballpark. He went down and got this pitch, hit it way out to right field. Mariners right back in it.
That's ball 4 on Rodriguez, and the go-ahead run reaches here in the 6th. The first walk of the day taken by Seattle. It's going to do it for Kevin Gausman. Just a run over 5 2/3, but Bryce Miller just as good. Hands it off to the lefty Brendan Little. The 1-2 to Polanco in the dirt, and it gets away from Kirk, and up into scoring position goes Rodriguez. So now Polanco, who is the hero on Friday night, could give Seattle its first lead with a 2-out base hit. A game winner for Polanco. That's what he's done all year for these Mariners. 337 with runners in scoring position.
Swung on, roped into left field, base hit. Julio steams around third base. He's being waved. Julio scores, and the Mariners have the lead. Jorge Polanco has been huge all postseason long. He's given the Mariners the lead. It is 2-1 in the 6th inning.
Polanco just looking to put the ball in play with authority, just like he did a couple of nights ago with that walk-off single in the right field. Line shot down the left field line, and it comes with 2 outs to score Julio easily from second base. Man, he's been something.
That was a laser, 111 off the bat from Polanco.
Naylor waves and misses. That's strike 3, but the Mariners have turned this game around. 2 of the first 3 reached against Miller. He's proceeded to retire 14 of the last 15 and pitching on short rest for the first time in his career. He's picking a really good time to have his best start this year.
And he sure has. He'll go batter to batter this inning.
Straw, shallow center field. On comes Rodriguez, calls off Robles.
Those steal outs. They've got double barrel action working in the Mariners bullpen, but I'm telling you, there's no way to predict that you could have gotten this kind of performance out of Bryce Miller.
Miller to Guerrero with a 1-2. Bouncing ball to the middle. Polanco on the other side of the bag, lobs it over there to get him. 2 gone in the 6th. A 4-pitch walk to Barger. First base runner for the Jays since the 2nd.
So a glimmer of hope. And you wonder if alarm bells are starting to go off for Dan Wilson after that 4-pitch walk.
Fly ball popped into left. On comes Arozarena. And Bryce Miller has dug deep and gone 6 innings in this game. A leadoff home run and nothing after that. Varland was a deadline pickup from the Minnesota Twins. Struggled his first few outings, but has turned into their top guy down there ahead of the closer Jeff Hoffman. 8th pitch. High fly ball right center field. Back goes Varsho onto the track at the wall. Off the very top of the wall. Suarez into second with a leadoff double. Misses leaving the yard by a few feet. Settles for the 2-bagger. Canzone will move the runner up. Clement to first. 1 away. The hitter's Robles. Got a huge strikeout. 2 gone. Robles unable to bring him in from third.
As the series plays on And as the games are this close, this is going to be the determining factor for Seattle. If there's too much of this, they're going to have a hard time beating the Toronto Blue Jays.
Hit hard, but right at Clement. Soft hands to get him out of the jam. And we stretch in a 2-1 game in Toronto. Spire's been one of the top left-handed relievers in the league this year. But the last 2 games in the division series gave up home runs to left-handed hitters. On a 2-2, Varsho hits one in the air to center field. Routine for Rodriguez. And that is 16 in a row retired. Sends the first pitch in the air to right. Robles. 2 up, 2 down. It was a bullpen that melted down in Game 4 in Detroit. Mariners fans who waited so long for the team to get back to this stage, 24 years, thinking, oh my goodness, we got to go back to Seattle to win a Game 5. But it was the pen that went 9 1/3 to finish without giving up a run, with some help in there from a couple starters. Santander to left field. On comes Arozarena to pick it off.
An exclamation point on a 1-2-3 inning. Randy Arozarena. It's all coming together for the Mariners tonight as Randy makes the play and the Mariners hold the lead after 7.
Dominguez, who pitched in 3 of the 4 games in the division series, put up zeros in all of them, kept on doing what he did after coming over at the deadline from Baltimore. Takes a leadoff walk here, and that has been the issue for Dominguez. Now he's been able to pitch around him, but a lot of free passes.
Swing and a foul tip, strike 3. Had Raleigh all sorts of crossed up on the splitter. Maybe a 55% swing there. Did not come all the way around, but he tipped it into the glove of Kirk. 1 out.
The walk followed by the strikeout. Julio Rodriguez, who's reached twice in Game 1, comes up. This ball gets to the backstop as Arozarena dives into second. He was going to have it stolen either way.
Should see a little more of that from the Mariners if they get on base. They got to make their weapon when they get on base a threat.
There goes Arozarena again, and he's stolen third without a thought of a throw. And now Insurance 90 feet away with 1 gone.
Yeah, he got an aggressive lead and absolutely took off.
Rodriguez on for the 3rd time as he takes his 2nd walk. It's starting to be that this is the guy that if you could handpick to have up in a situation like this, you choose.
Swinging a ground ball right side and through for a base hit. Here comes Randy on to score from 3rd. Down to 2nd goes Julio, and Jorge Polanco, Mr. Timely, coming through with another RBI single, scoring Randy Arozarena, and it's now the Mariners 3 and the Blue Jays 1. He does it again tonight. Jorge Polanco with an RBI single. He had one in the 6th. He has another one here in the 8th. Here comes John Schneider out of the dugout. They're going to bring in the lefty Fluharty, and that's it for Dominguez. Mariners lead at 3-1. Runners on at 1st and 2nd. Only 1 out.
1-2 to Naylor. Chased. He looked like a different guy. With a couple strikeouts tonight. Swing and a miss. He strikes out Suarez. The Mariners tack on from down 1-0. They lead 3-1 to the last of the 8th.
This bullpen's been really nasty for Seattle, and they showed themselves in that extra inning game.
Bouncing ball to first. Easy play for Naylor. And Brash, one of the guys that dug deep, gave him more than he had in a long time. 2 scoreless innings. It was the first time in 2 years that he pitched 2 full innings. Now 0-2. Chases strike 3. A lot of times it's not the last pitch that you regret. It's one that got you there. And for Springer, had one to hit. Winds up striking out on 3 pitches. Ball and a strike on Schneider. Pinch hitting against Brash. And sending a high fly ball to right field. It's no big deal for Victor Robles. On to the 9th we go. The Mariners leading Game 1 3-1. Jeff Hoffman, who's the closer for the Blue Jays, and trailing here 3-1. On to pitch, trying to keep it right here with Guerrero, Barger, and Kirk due up. 2-2 to Canzone. Bouncing ball along first. Guerrero, 1 away. Robles fought off right side. And infield hit for Robles. Just kind of a teardrop over there in a no man's land. And by the time Clement got there, Robles, who runs well, was already at first. There goes Robles. Stay out of the double play. 2 out.
I think Crawford tomorrow should try a different position to hit the ball to.
Yeah, 3 times, huh? Got him. Fasten those seatbelts. To the bottom of the 9th we go in Game 1. Andres Munoz coming on. Andres Munoz trying to finish off a gem from this Mariners pitching staff. And Munoz, the right man for the job. 4 of the 5 games in the division series he pitched. 5 1/3, did not give up a hit.
No, and he throws a ton of sliders. 50% slider usage, but against the Tigers, almost every pitch was a slider.
No, the Blue Jays have the guys coming to the plate that they want. Vlad Guerrero leads off, then Barger, then Kirk. This has been masterful. It's a Blue Jays team that averaged 9 runs on 13 hits against the Yankees. A run on 2 hits and none since the second today. Home with a 1-2. Broke his bat on a chopper to short for Crawford. 1 gone in the 9th. And now it's Barger, who's the only guy to reach base for the Jays since the second. That was with a 6th inning walk. High fly ball center field, but routine for Rodriguez. And on 5 pitches, 2 gone in the 9th.
You can tell this crowd is shocked.
I am too.
We talked about just the whole route to get here, and if they could piece together a game and stay in the game, which they have done remarkably, and maybe steal a win, that's what they're on the verge of doing right now with 2 outs.
The 0-2 from Munoz. Popped up. The Seattle Mariners retired 23 of the last 24, and in 100 pitches shut down the Blue Jays in Game 1. 3-1 Seattle in their first championship series game in 24 years. Pitching the story.